In this lecture, we'll talk about exactly who these people are that call themselves entrepreneurs. Who are they? What do they do? Why do they do what they do? And demographically, who are the entrepreneurs?
First, just to remind you of what the essence of entrepreneurship is, it's opportunities in intersection with enterprising individuals. Entrepreneurs don't operate in isolation, they have to operate in the context of an opportunity. Opportunities don't go anywhere if there's not some human being or team that pulls it all together and makes a business happen.
We ask ourselves, why do people really become entrepreneurs? There's three main reasons. One is they want to be in control of their own activities. They want to be their own boss. Now, even an entrepreneur has bosses. Their customers are their bosses, and their board of directors can be their bosses. But at the same time, they do have a certain level of control that they might not otherwise have over the decisions they make and the initiatives they undertake. They have a desire to pursue their own ideas, how they think the problem should be solved in the way that they think it should be solved. And also they think that it's worth their time and effort. When you really think about a entrepreneurial business, decide to be an entrepreneur, you're talking about 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, up to 5 years before you get yourself in a position. I emphasize the amount of work that's involved because the financial rewards really come from being rewarded for the effort it takes, both intellectual and social, as well as just business effort to build a business. This is spread out among all across the spectrum of demographics. So let's talk a little bit more about the specific demographics. Although men start most of the businesses in the US, as of 2016, there were 11.3 million businesses owned by women in the US. There's increasingly a desire for women to create their own niches and use business and entrepreneurial processes and expertise to make their mark as well and to create their businesses that serve the customers they see as needing to have a product or service. In fact, over the last several years, the number of women-owned businesses has been growing at a rate that is 5 times the national average. So even though currently more men start businesses, there's a lot of women-owned business, and the proportion of women-owned businesses is continuing to grow.
Likewise, with minorities, there's 8 million minority owned businesses in the United States, and that's been increased since 2007 by 38%. Important factors are support groups and organizations. If you want to start businesses, there are support organizations around that can help in various communities to begin and start your businesses going forward. There's also senior entrepreneurs. This is particularly interesting to me. Percent over 62 has grown from 4.2% to 5.4% by 2015. And a lot of the reason for that is many of the older people come from industry. They know what has been happening and where some of the issues and opportunities reside. And so they can make excellent candidates for starting businesses, but usually they're more in the business to business arena where they're starting something because they saw a gap in the world that they had been working in for years. On the flip side, young people get more interested in businesses. However, there's still a relatively low number of new businesses owned by people under 30, only 3.6% of all businesses in the US. And generally, when people ask, it's because they don't have the desire or the finances. They fear that they're going to fail. They need to build their position first in their job world, and sometimes they lack a knowledge of how to build those businesses.